morning everyone. Today I'm going to bring you a cinematic FPV tutorial and I'm going to give you 5 steps to get the highest quality footage possible. This is going to be an in-field type of tutorial where I'm actually going to go somewhere, shoot some FPV, and it's going to be amazing. So stay tuned, but the first step is you need the proper GoPro settings. I'm going to put them all up here right now. You also need a ND filter just to get that 1/60th of a second shutter speed, or even 1/120th, which I'll explain later why that is also an option. But for now, it's 5:20 a.m. Copy these settings. We're going to catch a sunrise. We're going to go some epic gorge, looking out to the ocean and whatnot. And yeah, let's stop talking and get moving. Alright, so we are at the spot, this incredible rock gorge down there, which the drone will be flown, and this is my fellow pilot, Chris. The second step to getting good FPV is you need somewhere good to stand, because first of all, if you're in the shot, it looks shit. Like if there's someone just standing and you have a main model down there, it does not look good. And second of all, you need somewhere where you'll have decent signal, where the drone won't get cut off, you won't lose your drone, which is very important. So I think we've decided to just stand right here, and we'll be able to get some decent line of sight in there and then get a sick shot. We were thinking maybe staying on that cliff there too, but my only fear is that if I stay on the cliff and I fly way low down there, I'm not gonna get good signal. So I think this might be a bit more optimal, but the right thing to do here is after we go through that gap, don't go left and right, because the signal's probably gonna get fucked up. Moving to step 3, you need to actually figure out a good line to shoot your FPV. So right now I'm thinking I'm going to thread through down here, go through the canyon kind of thing, get someone standing over there, and then make them zip right through and get through and close to the water. So that's the plan. And another tip is that you should think of multiple lines when you're actually shooting, because if you keep trying to refine a certain line that you shot, your footage is just going to be exactly the same of you doing the same movement again and again. So it's good to mix things up, have some different movements, have some other plans. Like I mentioned, you just want some variety in your shots and just not get laser focused on one line. Alright, so now that you've scouted everything out, you know your line, the only thing left to do is to absolutely send it and know your limits. Don't fucking crash, because getting the drone is embarrassing and sad and you don't want to lose money. Let's go! Alright, so we just shot at that spot, and step 4 to getting good cinematic FPV is you need to watch your footage back, because you'll always see things you can improve on. So just then we got some pretty cool clips, but I reckon if we go to that other cliff spot that I mentioned earlier, then I reckon we'll get good line of sight, we'll get the sunrise in it, and it should be sick. But I'm just going there now, and let's try and get that and send it again. Oh my god, so everything is going on right now. I flew my drone, I got it back, I realized I wasn't fucking recording, and my drone was like so damp. And I was like, what the fuck? I licked the lens and it was salty. It's salt water. Salt water is so fucking bad for the drone. And next thing you know, fucking Chris crashed his drone on the side of the cliff. So I'm gonna fly right now, see where he is, and oh my god, shit's going everywhere. This is a shit show. Let's try fly there, fly another pack, because I didn't fucking get myself recording the first time, because I didn't press the record button. Rookie mistake, don't do that. But yeah, let's try and get this cinematic FPV down. So now we are down in the canyon gorge kind of thing. I think we did all the flying. We're pretty good in that department. We're just gonna chill, get some cinematics, take some photos maybe, and yeah, just reflect on some of this footage. God damn, I didn't even follow my own rules just then. It would have been great if I could have watched it and the review, but she was happening 100 miles an hour. So I think we came out with some clean shots, and let's show them right now. Alright, so we are back home now. Just some important takeaways for cinematic FPV. Make sure you have the right GoPro settings. That's the easiest part. If you don't, your FPV is going to look crap. A few more noteworthy things about gear and whatnot. This is the Telesin ND filters I use. They're pretty freaking cheap. I recommend them. You put them straight on the lens. You don't screw them on. I like that personally because changing the lens like the Polar Pros are really freaking expensive, and when you're out and about, it's probably not a good idea to expose the sensor or the camera and get all that dust stuck in there, which is not ideal, and these are just a quarter of the price. Personally for me, I feel like everyone shoots at shutter speed 1/60th of a second. If you're shooting 30 FPS, basically you're supposed to double it depending on what your shutter speed is, but I don't know if it's my drone, but I find that if I shoot 120th of a second shutter speed, then the micro shakes when you put it through gyro flow and whatnot get completely removed, and you don't see that, which can be more desirable at times. But if you want that creamy motion blur, you should definitely shoot 1/30th of a second. So that's just something to think about. And lastly, a quick debate about gyro flow and Real Steady Go. Gyro flow is free. Honestly, I wouldn't pay $100 for it. The only difference is I feel like if you do really jerky shots, Real Steady Go saves you a little bit more, but the difference is really marginal. I wouldn't pay $100 for it. Gyroflow is free. Go and get that. Other than that, I hope you got something from this tutorial / tips on how to get amazing cinematic FPV. And if you found it valuable, leave a like, give us a sub, and I'll catch you guys in the next adventure.